I'm going to be reviewing the Samsung Galaxy S5 for T-Mobile. So let's get started. So out of the box, the Samsung Galaxy S5 for T-Mobile comes with Android 4.4.2 and running KitKat. It will be receiving the Android L update sometime in October, but for now it's still running KitKat. So let's get started with the build of the phone. On the sides, the Galaxy S5 has a aluminum-like plastic, and it's pretty nice feeling, but it's not exactly metal, so it's all up to choice whether you like it or not. And on the back, it has like a nice grippy perforated feel, really similar to the Galaxy Note 3.
Has a 5.2-inch screen. It's 1080p, and the PPI is 424. The phone comes with a 16-megapixel camera, a heart rate monitor with a flash, and a speaker grill in the back. The phone also has a USB 3.0 for your data speeds. The phone also has a fingerprint scanner, just like the iPhone. The screen is a Super AMOLED screen, so you get very vibrant and punchy colors, as well as good, a nice brightness as well. The phone runs TouchWiz on top of Android 4.4. The phone is pretty smooth. There's not very much lag around. The phone also shoots 4K videos, and you get a lot of modes as well. You get HDR. You get something called smooth motion. Where it makes everything a lot smoother when you shoot a video.
Motions, air gestures, and the rest of the features packed within this behemoth of a phone. So starting with the fingerprint scanner, which is a new addition for this phone. It's similar to the one from the iPhone 5S, but it is, in my opinion, a much more useful feature, because you can also use it for PayPal and other sorts of applications. So the way you use it is you just swipe where the dotted lines, you line up your thumb or other finger with the lines and just swipe down. It'll say recognize or not recognize, depending on who it is who's trying to unlock your phone. Okay, so that's that. And then you have down here all the toggles, and Samsung has kept its tradition from the Galaxy S4 of one swipe. To hold down one swipe, you will see all your toggles, and then using two fingers will bring out every single one. So that's just something, like a footnote for you to have in case, you don't have to go all the way to the settings menu to access all the toggles. But let's move on to the features. So this phone has plenty of features, and most of them are the motions and air views. So I haven't turned on all of them on, but the air view feature is really useful because if you're in your gallery or on the internet per se, you can, instead of actually opening up the picture and waiting for them to load, if you want to see a full-size picture, you just hover your finger over it and view it like so. And you can also click on it afterwards. This also works and is really useful for the internet browser if you're trying to skip between pages and such, and you don't want to actually touch the phone. Lastly, we're going to talk about the battery life of this phone. So, for the battery life of the Galaxy S5, depending on how you use it, it can vary from half a day to almost 2 days for moderate to heavy usage. So, from accessing the battery panel from the settings, it shows here that I have about 22% left from a full charge, and within 20 hours of battery. Now, as you can see, it gives you a whole list of the battery stats down here and what your battery has been using the most on. So, screen will most likely, it's very common for the screen to be one of the most used on battery because you're using it constantly no matter what you do. But 20 hours is a pretty average amount for this phone of battery usage, and that's a vastly great improvement from its predecessor, the Galaxy S4. So overall, this review has been a basic review of the phone, and we're going to go more into details in our next video, but the Galaxy S5 is a great device to have if you know how to use it right, and it's packed with a bunch of features that are both fun and productive for your everyday lives.
Thank you for watching this review of the Galaxy S5, and as always, stay tuned for the next episode of PCT.